Okay, well in our last class we were able to produce a shift register, and the shift register that we made was a serial in and it would have been parallel out. You can also make a shift register that goes the other way, parallel in, serial out. So think about where would you want to use shift registers? You know, what would the purpose of something like that be for? We'll think about that for a little bit. And also in the last class we were able to use the 7-segment displays, and the 7-segment display produces the numbers 0 through 9, and we were able to, some people got that far, we kind of ran out of time, but some people were able to do that, to have it count. And you know, in this project that we're going to look at, it's a little bit of a variation on it. My last class, last semester, was able to take the 7-segment display and make it say hello. So they had it go H-E-L-L-O, you know, over and over. And I thought that was kind of cool because it's not meant to do that. Now they sell alphanumeric displays, but you know that takes all the fun out of it. But they developed the code for it to say hello. And then the next project that we might look at, we hadn't done it last time, but I think it's possible, where we could have the 7-segment display count in not just the 0 through 9 decimal system, but also do hexadecimal, which would go 0 through F. So it'll have, like, you know, 16 possibilities, the base 16 system. And when you run out of numbers, you go up to 9, then 10, instead of having 2 characters, 10 would be the letter A, and it'll go on from there to B, C, D, and end up finally with F. And, you know, that'd be a nice project. We could give that a shot. Another thing, too, is a project that we have here that we could put together where we look at a 7-segment display driver, which is taking a 4-input line, which would be a hex input, and converting it over to run the display. So without an Arduino, this is just an actual chip, an IC. And you know, if you use the 4 pins as an input to display a hex number, the 7-segment driver will give you the output 0 through 9. We'll use an Arduino just for the heck of it, so we don't have to manipulate all the wires. So let's go ahead and give them a shot. This is the project, and we're going to make it say hello now. That's coded into the Arduino, and by tapping one of the pins to ground, we'll start the display. So it's going to give us an H, an E, L, L, O. So pretty cool because it's a 7-segment display, which is really not meant to do this. It's meant to produce the numbers 0 through 9. And they do sell alphanumeric displays, and of course that wouldn't be as much fun. Okay, what we have here, there's an IC. It's a little hard to see the IC, but this integrated circuit, this IC, is a 7-segment driver. And what it does is it takes a hex number, so that's 4 bits, and that's where these 4 wires go. There's 4 wires that are our input, and we're using the Arduino to control it, or we could just manually take those 4 wires and either have them grounded or have them at a high level. And that's our input. The 4 wires make up a hexadecimal, so it's a number. So it's 4 bits, which makes a hexadecimal number. The driver IC for the 7-segment display takes the hexadecimal number, converts it, and then drives the LEDs to make the 7-segment display the number. Now, how I'm controlling it through the Arduino is through the serial monitor on the computer. So it asks me on the serial monitor to go ahead and press a number to be displayed. So right now I have where it starts initially at 0, and when I push the 1 and hit enter, I have to put 1, enter, there we go, and there it is. So now it's showing a 1. 2, enter, whoops, I did a backspace. 2, enter, and 3, enter, 4, enter, so and so forth. And it'll count once it gets up to 9. So I'm going to put 9 in there, 9, and then I can't do 10 because that's no longer going to display on a 7-segment display. You would have to have 2 displays in order to do that. So if I put 10 in there, good question, what's going to happen? So I hit 10 in my computer, in my serial monitor, and I'm pushing enter now. And it went back to 0. So you can only display with a 7-segment display 0 through 9, and you can get a hex display in order to display those hex numbers, and that's going to be our project here in a little bit. But anyway, that's the 7-segment display with the IC.